Hello everyone. It is Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, and right now is New Comic Book Video time. It was a real even week for books as it relates to the three categories, which is Marvel, DC, and everything non-Marvel DC. So we're going to jump right into those books. And then I have a nice stack of some Bronze Age books I'm going to show because everybody seems to love those. So we'll start off today with the independent books. Again, not real big weeks for anyone, but just a decent stack of books overall. First from Scout Comics, North Bend #1. That was one cover, and then cover 2. A cover purchase, Grimm Fairy Tales #36. Kind of reminded me of like a Wonder Woman cover right there with the red, white, and blue outfit. And then the way she's standing with the sword. Nice looking cover. And then I'm not a big Buffy the Vampire fan as it relates to the comic books. I do love the original movie, not really big on the television show. But they have been coming out with some pretty decent covers on some of these new runs. This one here was Buffy the Vampire Slayer #11. I just thought that was a really nice looking cover, so I picked it up. From Image Comics, storyline that I'm enjoying, Safe Sex #7. There. Also from Image, Redneck #26. My pick of the week for the book for Independence was Sweetheart #1. We talked about this on the Monday video. Unfortunately, there were B covers and they were all damaged, so I was unable to get a B cover, but I am hoping that they get some of those in so I can get some of that. So Sweetheart #1. And then a book I wasn't too sure about. I went to the comic shop today, saw it on the shelves, kind of thumbed through it just to see what was going on with it. And I kind of liked it, so I picked it up. It's a real small independent company called Archaia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's right there, Archaia. And this is Jim Henson's The Storyteller, Ghosts, #1 of 4. And it looked pretty good, and it doesn't have a ton of prints of this book. So I thought, you know what, let me jump on it and see how it goes. I am looking forward to reading it. This will probably be the first book I read tonight. This was cover A. And a really nice looking cover B right there. That was it for Independence. We will jump right into Marvel. The big release today, of course, Bounty Hunters #1, cover A. And a cover B. Right there, talking about a little Boba Fett action. The Boba Fett covers were selling really well, but shops seemed to order those pretty good because the 2 shops I went to had a pretty good amount of them on the shelves. Spider-Woman variants this month. This is Venom #24. Book we talked about on the video as well. Jessica Jones #5. Kind of a pseudo bondage cover right there. If you're not reading Jessica Jones, you're missing out on a really good story. So if you have the opportunity, either pick up a trade or find the back issues. I think you'll enjoy it. From Marvel today, the big release. Cable #1, that was another one of the big releases right there. Again, though, a lot of shops had a lot of these copies. That's cover A, and then the Scotty Young variant right there. I wasn't sure if I was going to grab them or not, but I thought, you know what, might as well just grab one of each and just kind of put it off to the side. Another Spider-Woman variant, Amazing Spider-Man #41. Nice looking cover right there. Thor #4. Cover A. And Spider-Woman variant for #4 right there. Immortal Hulk #32, Spider-Woman variant. I didn't grab the regular cover, I just grabbed the Spider-Woman variant right there. And then a book that came out a little bit ago. This is Immortal Hulk Great Power #1, second print right there. And that was it for Marvel. Now we will jump into DC. Facsimile edition, Detective Comics #38. There it is, The Boy Blunder. And if you remember the Golden Age books I showed a couple of videos ago, right here, this was the crack comics that I had where I talked about they kind of used the same idea this right here where they're coming through the comic book, except this is a smaller version. Crack Comics was almost the entire cover of the book, but right there's a good cover. And again, I wasn't real wild about these when they first came out, but the more I thought about it, it's just everything's in there, and I am enjoying these more and more as it relates to the more expensive books like these here. They're going to do a Detective 27, things like that. Flash, excuse me, Flash 751. Get a drink of my Roberto's cup. Excuse me, my throat was a little dry. Another book we talked about, Dollhouse Family number 5. This is from DC Black Label. This has been a really good story. To me, most of the DC Black Label stuff has been pretty much a home run. There've been a couple of little dogs, but this one is a good one. And then a really nice B cover right there. And we will finish it off for DC. Well, not really finish it off, but here's Catwoman. This is Catwoman number 21. Really nice cover there. And then the big releases today for, of course, DC was second prints of Batman 89 and Hell Arisen 3. And I made a comment on the video on Monday that I didn't think these were going to do a whole lot because I thought shops were going to order tons and tons of them. I was informed today by my friend Brian at Cosmic that a lot of the orders for the second prints on those two books didn't get put in a lot because no one really knew about it. And by the time people knew what was in that book with, you know, Punchline and all that, the orders had already been put in. Most of the orders were unavailable. So there's not going to be a ton of second prints on those books. And when I was looking at the shelves, there really weren't. So that might be a book that's going to hold some value. Certainly not like the first print, but still hold better value than I thought it would originally. Okay, so now that's all we had for the new books. Again, wasn't a bunch of different titles, but I bought multiples on a few of the titles. So again, my financial output was, you know, typical for me every week, which is always big. So jumping into some of the vintage Bronze Age. Most of this is going to be Bronze Age. I think there's one book in here from 1980. And again, nothing in particular order. I just grab out of a box. There's a bunch of boxes down here with vintage stuff. So I am going to show it right now. So here we go. First book from 1969. First appearance of Thermal Man, Thor 170. Werewolf by Night, number 20 from 1974. Captain American Falcon, 1974, issue 174. This is an X-Men crossover. Adventure Comics number 435 from 1974. Here's that Daredevil from 1980, number 177. Werewolf by Night number 3, 1972. Green Lantern 68 from 1969. I just love these old covers. To me, Bronze Age, especially the 70s, is from basically 71 to 76 is the true golden age for collecting for me, because that's when I remember collecting the most. So there's that there. Astonishing Tales featuring Kazar. This is number 12, but the significance of this book from 1972, second appearance of the Man-Thing in this book here. And personally, I enjoyed that storyline, Man-Thing, Swamp Thing. I loved both of them. Year I Was Born, 1967, Action Comics 354. Iron Man 52 from 1972. Kind of a semi-bondage cover there with her on the little wooden cross there, the X. This book here, it's a very reasonably priced book. You can find this in really high grade for really cheap prices, and I don't know why more people don't do it. It's not that it's a huge book, but this is pretty nice. Wanted, The World's Most Dangerous Villains. This is number 1 from 1972, but you have, you know, Green Lantern on the cover. You have Batman sitting right there. So just a really nice book, and again, you can get them at a pretty good price, you know, in high grade. From 1975, Avengers 145, 25 center. Buying this off the rack at 7-Eleven. Grim Ghost, number 2, from 1975, Son of Satan appearance. Ventures into Fear 18, a little bit more Man-Thing right there. 1973. Cool cover. I always love that cover right there. That's a great cover. Here's another relatively inexpensive book you can pick up. This is Legion of Superheroes, number 2, from 1973. Submariner 37 from 1971. Iron Man 62 from 1973. Whiplash giving him a little beat down there. We will follow that up with an Iron Man 58 from 1973. Sorry about the glare on this Mylar. Submariner 39. Iron Man 53, 1972, first appearance of the Black Llama. From 1969, nice Joe Kubert cover, Adam and Hawkman, number 41. And we're going to end it with a little Joker action here. Brave and the Bold, Batman and Wildcat, number 118, co-starring the Joker. There's my man right there, giving everybody a big laugh. You can see him in the background of this book. So there's that, and my Joker right there. So that's what we have for books. So I hope you enjoyed those. I have a thing. So as you know, I'm always working on, the day. I know I talk about it all the time. But my friend and comic book artist, Vic Moya, he has done a new design concept for me, other than the one you see right there, for a new logo, which I'm going to do shirts on, and ultimately that is going to be the logo of the shop when I, one day get the shop. But then I'm going to do shows this year. I'm doing 2 shows this year, 2 small shows, library shows here locally in Las Vegas. So I'll hopefully have a new banner for that. But when I finally get the artwork for it, I will show it here on the channel. And when I do, I want to have an honest opinion from people. If you like the new logo, or if you like the old logo that I've been using basically since day one. I've seen, rough sketches of the logo. I think it's coming out really, really nice, and I look forward to seeing the final stuff. And then finally, a viewer asked me, when I grab these books out of a box, where do I do that? Where do I get those from? Well, I'm going to kind of show you here a little bit. My arm. That right there, as you can see, are all vintage books right there that I do. That is not my private collection. That is not my private collection. That is just vintage back inventory. It's 3 rows across, and then I have more in other locations. That's just kind of my office here where I do, some of my videos. And I just, like I said, I open up a box, I pull stuff out, and I show it to you. So I hope you enjoy that. So I will try to show more older books. I still want to do the movie video. I've been asked a lot about my 10 favorite movies. I don't think I can break it down to 10 favorite movies, so I might do a top 20. And I'm hoping to get to that. I was going to do it this weekend, but because of work commitments, I'm going to be unable to do that. So we'll do that in the next week or 2, I'm hoping, because I am getting a lot of requests for that. So that's pretty much all we have right now. So I hope you liked the video. And as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great day, and I will see you Monday with the new upcoming pot pick video. Have a good day.